This is Mori of Yeshua, answering the apologists for their high priest of Baal, the Rock Ibar. Do you see that they are defending him and the 13th month? You should be defending Yahuwah. Instead, you turn to the priest of Baal, and you're one of the Baal Yam. Do you know in the time of Elisha, his name is All Yahu? He went to Ahab, Jezebel, and the priest of Baal, and he told them that they were committing an abomination. They wanted to kill him. They had to shut him up. He kept coming over and over and over again, exposing their wickedness, and they became angry. You are seeing this play out right in front of your face. Look at the image in the upper left-hand corner. This is in the temple of Telerad. This is Yahuwah's temple on Mount Tisyaun. The temple in the north was built by Herod the Great next to Fort Antonia. Yahushua HaMashiach said, not one brick will be left standing upon another in Herod's temple. Is that true? Yes. Who are they praying to at the wall? The God of fortresses. But this temple is desolate. Just like the book says, we shall return and rebuild the waste cities. Now the image is the image of the Holy of Holies. You see the big pillar to the left? That big pillar was supposed to stand for Yahuwah. And look at the pillar they put to the right. It's for the woman. Ashira. In those days, Ashtart. Let's come to modern times. Her new name? Istra. You find her in the spring. Let me show you something amazing. Come to the next image of the temple, the Holy of Holies. They cut this out. They put it in a museum. They removed the stone. Go back to the left. The one you're looking at in the left is a replica. They rebuilt it. But the original is in the museum. Why did they remove the stone? The image of the woman was there. They had to cover this up. Because if they didn't, you would realize, hold it, this is what the Most High was speaking of. Matat Yahu 24, 15 to 16. Listen to Yahuwah's emissary. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whosoever readeth, let him understand. Here's the problem. They can't read, and they have no understanding. 16. Then let them which be in Yehuda flee into the mountains. He's angry. He kicked us out of the kingdom for this behavior. See the Baal figurine up top? They found it scattered all around the temple complex in Telerad. Let's take a look at the next apologist for the Rock Ibar. Abdiel Uriah. Let's see what he has to say. Maybe we can break the chains off of his wrist. In all actuality, you don't have to add anything. The 13th lunar month will manifest itself depending on how soon the new moon appears after the spring equinox. We just saw this last year, 2023 to 24. See how they are fixated with 13 months and the spring equinox? Where did they get this from? Following the feast of the Gentiles. Enters in Mayaka All Ban Yeshara. Abdiel Uriah, there is no such thing as a 13th lunar cycle. Show me the scripture and verse where this is mentioned. If you can't, then why do you do this? We've been asking this question for 7 years. In January, when our Passover comes, it'll be exactly 7 years. I think you should pay attention. You can't just add what you want to make it fit your delusion. This is not in scripture, man. Mayaka Oban Yeshoro. Let me use some of my ebonics. Negro, you ain't never lied. Here's the reply from Abdiel Uriah. Mayaka Oban Yeshoro. I'll take the time to bring the scriptures out. We are going to be waiting for that. But it's very simple. The heavens declared this over the course of the last year of 2023 to 24. The first new moon, whether dark or crescent, came in March 2023. Thus, there were 13 new moons between the spring equinox of 2023 and 2024. Listen what he's going to say now. This is an undisputed fact. Brother Kuya is calendar man. He makes all of our calendars. We have a new moon report every single month. We cite the new moon every single month. There has never been 13 new moons. Where did he get this delusion from? The Gentiles. He went on the internet. He typed in the 13th lunar cycle, and he listened to them with their foolishness. And then he said, this is an undisputed fact. This is what happens when you join with the unlearned and the unstable. And I keep saying to you, all of you, you need a teacher. And I'm here. Now let me expose where he's coming from about this 13 lunar cycle. Let's count lunar. How many months in a year? You don't have to be scared. You can say it. 12? Yes! There's 12 months in a year. Listen to this. There's 12 doors to the sun. There's 12 portals. In the 12 portals are 12 window openings, corresponding to the 12 months of the year, to the 12 tribes of the children of Yeshua. How many weeks in a year? Is it 52? Okay, we'll go with that. How many weeks in a month? Is it 4? Yes, there's 4 weeks in a month. 4 weeks times 12 months equals 48 weeks. Brother Dawood? Yes. I thought there was 52 weeks. Okay. So then we have a job to do. We have to find the missing weeks. In order to find the missing weeks, we need to find how many days we need to account for. So 48 weeks times 7 days per week, because there's 7 days in a week, equals 336 days. What is our goal? To find 354 days for the moon. Okay, let's look for the time. There's 12 new moons every month. They are not counted in the weeks. You have New Moon's Day. You have your 6 working days. Then you come to your 7th day. If you count from New Moon's Day, your Sabbath will fall on the 8th day of the month on the lunar calendar in the sky, and you can see it play out right in front of you. So we've discovered 12 days. Then we go to the end of the month. A month has 29.5 days. What does 0.5 stand for? 29 days and 12 hours. So what are we looking for? An additional 12 hours. 12 months. 12 hours per month. How much would that equal? 6 days. So we have how many days that we've discovered? 18. So you add 12 new moons plus the 6 days. 12 plus 6, 18, to the 336. Look what you get. 354 days. What if we discovered the extra 2 weeks that are counted in the course of the lunar month with 4 days extra? Isn't that amazing? Brother Dawood, I thought there was 52 weeks on the sun, but on the lunar count, there's 50 weeks and 4 days. How do you make up for that to bring it to 52 weeks? Well, if I add 10 days to the 4 days, it'll be 14, and that would be your extra 2 weeks, making it 52 weeks. But we can't add another 10 days. Why? Because the moon falls behind the sun in the amount of 10 days every single year. How does that happen again? You have your 6-day overplus and your 4 intercalary days. So you see the delusion that they're in? The Gentiles, because their count is strictly solar, and they come from the imagination of their own minds, just like Abdiel. You get all of this foolishness that they put out there. But when you come to an expert of telling time, you will find out all of the delusions that they have been feeding you all of these years. So there is no 13 lunar month. They made it up. Here's a visual aid to aid you in understanding this delusion that the Gentiles created and Abdiel has regurgitated in his post. Ezekiel 46:1, the kingdom calendar. Look, renewed moon's day, from one new moon to another. from one Shabbat to another. All flesh shall come before me, said Yahuwah. So let's count. Renewed moon stands alone. That's day one. The gates of the temple are open. Ezekiel 46:1. Then the gates of the temple are shut. The 6 working days. See them there? Then the gates of the temple are open on the 7th day. The Sabbath, the first Shabbat. See, it's listed as 8. Why is it listed as 8? Because we're adding New Moon's Day into the count, the 6 working days, and it'll come to the 8th day. But if you count according to Leviticus chapter 23, it states 6 days you shall do all of your work, but the 7th day is the Shabbat of Yahuwah. The 7th day is disguised as the 8th day on this calendar. Then every week you have your 6 working days. Then you come to your second Shabbat. It's on the 15th. Have we lost any time yet? No. Then you have your 6 working days. You come to your third Shabbat. It's on the 22nd. All of these numbers that you see here is in the book. Then you come to your 6 working days again, and you come to your final Shabbat of the month, which will be on the 29th day. Look what's on the calendar there, between 28 and 29. DM. What does that mean? Dark moon. Sometimes you can have 2 dark moons a month. Yeah. So if the dark moon comes out on the 28th in the evening, the 29th in the evening will also be dark. How many hours would you have in the 29th in the evening? 12. Where's the other 12 hours? Well, the moon rides with the sun on the 30th morning. She's riding so close to him you can't see her. But when the sun dips below the horizon in the western sky, Hidash, there she is. I see her. The moon has become visible in the western sky. She came forth on her 30th morning, and all of the time is accounted for. There's no deficiency. There's no 2 weeks and 4 days left over for the Gentiles to say, well, you have an extra 2 weeks and 4 days, and we're going to say that's a 13th new moon. It is a strong delusion created by the same people who took you captive. I keep telling you, you need a teacher. The quality of your teachers out here, it's kindergarten. Come with me. I'll pour into you all of the knowledge that you need to make it back to Yahuwah. Shalom.